Hey y'all, our seventh and final appetizer of the night. I'm gonna make, I hope I say this right, bruschetta. We have it in an Italian restaurant that we go to and we just love it. And I'm gonna try to make some homemade by a recipe I got. And so I'm gonna show y'all how I think you should do this. We're gonna try it and see. I think it'll be good. Okay, the first thing you want to do is I'm going to tell you what the recipe is. Now, I'm going to modify mine because there's only 2 of us and I don't want a whole crap load of it. So, first thing you want to do is you want to put on a pot of boiling water. They say about 2 quarts because the recipe calls for 6 or 7 ripe, not real ripe, but kind of ripe tomatoes. And you want to bring this water to a boil, and when it comes to a rolling boil, we're going to turn the fire off and move it off the burner, and then I'll be back and show you what we do next. Okay y'all, the water has came to a boil. I've turned the heat off and removed it from the burner over here where we can work with it. And I'm going to show you what we'll do next. Okay. We're going to take our tomatoes and we're going to cut just a crisscross slice in them, not too deep. And we're going to drop them in the hot water. Okay, and what this will do, it will make the skins easy to remove. Hopefully. This is my first time doing this too. Okay. And it says to let them blanch for 1 minute. So we're going to set the timer for 1 minute. And then we'll come back and see what happens with these jewels. One of them sank. I don't know if that's good or bad. Okay, we'll see what happens. I'll be back in 1 second. 1 minute. Okay, y'all, it's been a minute. And now you want to remove them from this hot water and let them cool down to where you can handle them. You want to use a slotted spoon. You see how the peeling just peels right off? Some of them did better than others. Okay, now we're going to let them sit there until they cool where I can handle them, and then I'll be back and show you what we do next. Okay, y'all, while I'm waiting on the tomatoes to cool where I can handle them, we're going to go ahead and do the other steps. And first of all, you want to have your oven preheating to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. I have mine preheating already. I did that when I removed the pot from the stove. All right, now we want to mix up some ingredients for the bruschetta, and we want to use 2 cloves of garlic. I didn't have any fresh garlic, but I got minced garlic, so I'm going to say a good tablespoon. Of minced garlic. And this probably will be a little much since I didn't do 6 to 7 tomatoes. But we're going to try it and see how it works out. And then we want to use 1 tablespoon of extra virgin oil. Okay. we want to use 1 teaspoon of balsamic vinegar. Okay. All right, and it calls for 6 to 8 fresh basil leaves, but every store I went to today didn't have any, so I found some freeze dried, and we're going to try that and see how that'll work. That's one reason I want to go ahead and mix this up. I'm thinking if it sits in the marinade for a little bit, it'll be okay. And I'm just going to estimate how much. Ooh, that should be good. Okay. Let me get a spoon to mix this with. Okay, and then we're going to add, it says 3/4 teaspoon of sea salt. And a 1/2 teaspoon of fresh ground black pepper. That should be enough, and we'll add more if we need it. Okay, and I'm gonna mix this around in here real good. Let the flavors marinate together while we're waiting on the tomatoes to cool. Okay, we're going to let that sit and marinate for a little bit, and then we'll come back and show you what we do with the tomatoes before we add them into there. And then we'll hopefully finish this stuff up. See you in a bit. Okay, y'all, we're back. We're going to get started back on this bruschetta again, okay? All right, I've peeled the peeling off of the tomatoes. Let me get you down here where you can see. And it all came off very easily. And what we're going to do next is I'm going to cut these. I think I'll do quarters. This would probably be better in the summer when you have fresh tomatoes. Probably be better if I had a sharp knife too. Okay, and we're going to do all of these like this, and what you want to do when you quarter them is you want to get as much seeds and juice out of there as you can. Okay, I'm not going to painfully make you watch all this. So, let me show you what we're going to do. Once we get those out, we're just going to cut the tomatoes in pieces. And then we're going to put them in the mixture that we made earlier. Let it marinate together. Let me finish this up and I'll come right back and show you what the next step is. Be right back, y'all. Okay, y'all. Tomatoes are all done, chopped up in there with the rest. All marinating. Okay, now we've got these little twin let me see if I can get this right. Baguettes, maybe? It's like little, kind of like little French bread. And we're going to slice those. Well, we're not going to slice all of them because it's just me and my husband. Get a cutting board. You want to slice it on an angle. This looks pretty holy. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to take them and lay them out. Hope these turn out good. They sure are good when you get them in a restaurant. Okay, and I put a little bit of olive oil in the bowl and we're just going to brush the bread. See those holes in there? A lot of air in there, too. Okay, and what we do next is I got a pan here, and I always line my pans. And we want to place the bread with the oil side down on the pan. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to put it in our oven that we have preheated to 450 degrees. And we're going to cook them till they're lightly brown, about 5 to 6 minutes. Okay, and then when we get ready to eat them, we'll take them out, we'll flip them over with the oil side up, and we'll put, I guess you call this the bruschetta mix, on the top of it. And they'll make really good appetizers. And I'll show you those later when they're finished and we're getting ready to eat. See y'all in a little bit. Okay, y'all, this is how the bruschetta turned out. Probably not saying that right. My husband sampled it. He said it's good. Maybe y'all try to make it and see if you like it. It's really not that hard to do. Okay, y'all. We're gonna go and enjoy this New Year's appetizer feast. Happy New Year's Eve to everybody. I hope y'all have a good night.